If you wearing that, I gotta wear that too then. Oh yeah. And he said, nah, I ain't with that. Yeah, we back,
What
baby.
it do? What's
It's
good,
another
y'all?
Monday, man. Another
Hey.
Monday.
Another one. We here.
Come on
We
now.
told you we would be here. We wasn't lying to y'all. We wouldn't lead y'all astray.
Come on now. Come on now. Whoo.
Oh,
Brother,
yes, sir.
it's Monday, 7 p.m.
What a great
You
place
know,
to be. What a great place to be.
they came to see their two favorite hosts.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? So, last week I kind of started off with what was going on in my world with a very lengthy response. I'm gonna
nice
actually
little,
let
a nice little
you.
dissertation.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you start off with what's been going on in Steve's side of town. What's going on in your world, brother?
Hey man, I mean, first things first, happy Monday, y'all. So grateful to have y'all with us. We are so excited for tonight's episode. Things have been good, man. The weather's getting nice. We're getting into like a consistent type of spring feel, so I can't
Word.
complain with that. It's been busy though, man. It's been busy between just work. Gotta stay working. Gotta stay working. Now more than ever, there's a lot going on the horizon that we just gotta stay focused on. So just working, studying, just trying to keep up to date with what's going on so I can stay ahead of the game.
Yeah.
And then family time, getting out, so being outside, taking a little family
Hey,
gathering,
Dad.
stuff like that. Gotta do what we gotta do.
Don't look too happy with the family time part.
Nah, I'm just tired, bro. It's been a day. It's been a long day.
Well, be fake excited, Dad.
Fake excited is jokes. What about you, my brother? How you feeling?
I'll get there one day, man.
Who knows? Sooner, maybe sooner than you think.
Chill out. I gotta meet the right one, bro. I gotta meet the right one. If it's the right one,
Put that energy on me.
if it's the right one, we figure it out. We'll figure it out along the way, man. If it's the right one.
That's really all it is, bro.
There really is. You know, no one has a blueprint of how to be the most perfect parent, right? So, but if you with the right one, y'all figure it out. Y'all just gonna figure this thing out along the way. But for me, things as well, bro. I got no complaints. Got no complaints at all. I'm not gonna lie. I saw the most wildest thing on. I saw the most wildest thing to work today, bro.
Yeah.
So the most wildest thing to work today, bro. And I say, you know what? If they're married, I'm hyped for him. I'm hyped for him. If they're married,
hyped for him. I can only
I'm
imagine where this
hyped
is
for him
going.
if they married, bro.
I can only
because
imagine.
Listen, whoever wifey is, whoever she is, man. You know, God created sex, and his sex is beautiful under his covenant. I hope she a freak. I hope she a freak. Because I saw this old white man getting the most craziest turkey neck sandwich.
Wait, what? Hold on, yo,
I saw this dude. I saw this old white man, bro. And the woman look old too, bro. I'm like, they gotta be married, bro. I saw the boy was getting the most crazy turkey neck sandwich on the way to work today, bro.
Wow. See,
that
sounds like Florida shit.
We're talking about 2-3 p.m., bro.
Broad day.
Sun's out.
Daylight is crazy time. But hey, shout out to them.
Shout out to them, man.
Shout out to them. They keeping the spice alive. I was about to say something wicked, but let me be on good behavior today.
Be on good behaviors, brother. Because today's an important one. Today's actually a very serious one.
Yes, today is very serious, and it's a topic that I know we both are very invested in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
In our personal life, so
all right, let's get right into it, man. Yes, so sir. Monday, 7 p.m. I go by the name Mr. Drummond. This is my brother right here, Steve, and we are the two hosts of Talk That Shit podcast, where we talk about relationships, we talk about mental health, we talk about personal development, and we talk about faith on this podcast. Mm-hmm. Biggest thing about Talk That Shit is we truly believe in having conversations that's going to push y'all forward. Okay? It's been a month of April, and if you are new to the channel or you've been following along with us, every episode we've done this month has been really diving in one term, and that term is breaking. Mm-hmm. Breaking. I truly believe, and I know Steve feels the same way. The first 3 shows of this month were powerful, man, just talking about important topics. But we wanted to end and close the month of April on a very powerful one that I feel like a lot of people can relate to. And this episode is called Breaking the Pattern in Your Family. Breaking the pattern in your family. And we're going to dive a little bit more about generational trauma and shifting away from unhealthy habits.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like this is a show that can bless anybody. Don't care what color, race, size, figure you come from. Our goal for tonight is to help people realize that maybe you that's watching this show right now, or when you watch the rerun, maybe you are the person that has to be the one that changes everything. And we challenge you for this episode. We challenge you to put the end to passing down generational trauma.
That's good. That's good. This is a good one.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a passionate one. I think we both gonna be good cop tonight.
We'll see. We'll see,
right?
I can't give y'all no guarantees.
So Steve,
wait, hold on. Before we jump in, you gotta give them the disclaimer. We gotta protect ourselves.
You're right. I'm bugging.
We gotta protect ourselves.
Thank you. This is why we have 2 hosts on the show, not one.
People them's internet.
Facts. Quick disclaimer: we are not licensed or professional therapists in any shape or form. So please, in the event that you feel triggered, or in an event that you feel like you need to research anything that we talk about tonight, or in an event that you need some healing because you're hurting, we definitely encourage you and ask you to reach out to the correct professionals and get the service that you need. We're just two brothers talking from our personal experience, from our knowledge and our expertise and the things that we're passionate about. Doesn't mean that we're right. It also doesn't mean that we're wrong. So like I said, if there's something that you rocking with, we just keeping it real, right? If there's something that you rocking with, please like let us know in the comments, good, bad, give this video a thumbs up. Support us by subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell so you know when anytime we go live or we post videos, man. But we're gonna just keep this thing rocking. Okay. So Steve, first talking point, man. Let's dive right into it, man. This one's very personal.
We getting heavy. We getting heavy off rip.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like that.
My brother
can't ease in.
No, we don't. Come on now. We talk that shit, baby. Talk that shit.
All right, let's do it.
First talking point. What is the patterns that's running in your family? All right. What is the patterns? What are the cycles that people in your family haven't noticed? Right. What is habits and behaviors that's continuing being passed down? What did you grow up seeing that was normal that may not be normal to the most common eye? And is there anything that's happening in your family that everybody's aware about but no one talks about? I know that was a lot.
So let me try to
break that down for us, brother.
Yeah, let me try to break it down. I'm gonna keep this one simple. I'm gonna keep this one simple and straightforward because for me, what I recognized was a lot of the patterns that echoed in my family also echoed in the greater community. So, my extended family, some of y'all know I grew up in a very religious community as well. So one thing that I did recognize is how the men didn't actively nurture and protect the women from my perspective. Now, to give greater context, there's a lot of things that me being of my grandmother's grandchildren, I was like, I think I explained this the other one episode, but I was maybe trying to think like the fourth youngest out of maybe like 18, 20 cousins. So I'm near the younger side of the cousin pool. So there are stories that I'm not privy to. So I'm just giving this from my perspective, just in case I got any family that see this. It didn't seem like the men actively protected the women. And sometimes the men may have taken advantage of the women, if we're going to be just honest. Okay. And so just seeing how that theme kind of popped up in different families around me. And then I'm looking at it, especially as an adult, just looking at it from that link, from that space as well. And I remember there was even a time where, being someone that wants to actively shift the trajectory and change the patterns and break these things, I would sometimes look at my mom even with a level of resentment. Like, why you let this happen? Yeah. Why you let that happen? Why you let certain things slide? Why didn't you put your foot down on certain things? And so just realizing that was one theme that is kind of reoccurring. That was reoccurring in my family. And the other one that came to mind for me was the sense that religion and community were held a higher held more priority over individuality. So just kind of recognizing that, and I see it a lot in my aunts, especially, and some of my uncles, but definitely my aunts, where they prayer warriors in the church. They could do hours upon hours in the church setting. And I love that. And I love that for my family. However, when it comes to who they are as an individual, it's like a big question mark. It's just a big question mark. And so they identified a lot with their role in the religion, their role in their community. And then their role in the household as like wives and mothers as well. But when it came to like who you are as an individual, I've really yet to, like, there were some things I would learn about my mom or one of my aunts that's just like super surprised, because I would never see them express themselves in an individual way. They would never talk about their interests or things that they may have wanted to do when they were younger, or things that they were pursuing, or what they went to school for, or anything like that. It was just a big question mark when it came to the question of who you are as an individual. They just seem to be just parts of a greater machine. And
what do you think that machine was?
Huh?
What do you think that machine was?
I think it was just culture. Just culture. Just the culture. You know, a lot of my family, my grandmother, she got deeper into religion back in Haiti off of a situation that had happened with one of my aunts. And
wow.
And from there, it just kind of, that was the personality of the family. It's just, hey, we're a church going family, period. We're a church going family. You know, we have fun with each other. We rock out, we enjoy each other. But it was just simply, who are you as an individual? Again, I never really got those types of experiences from my family, my mom. My dad more so had a personality. I could see who my dad was, you know.
Yeah.
But the women in my family, they really strictly identified with that. And because I was one that was more, I guess, attached to my mom in a sense. Like, I spent more time with my mom, and I was being the younger sibling for a majority of time. My role in the house was supporting my mom in certain things. So there were certain things about my mom that I was just kind of following along, but who she was as an individual was not something that I recognized. Was not something that I was able to pick up on. And then when I look at my aunts, like her sisters, it was the same thing. It's like, I don't really know who you are. I just know how you function and how you feel about certain topics.
Again, if there's anything that's too personal, too deep, just let me know, right? So when
Yeah.
you say that the men, in some ways, are taking advantage of the woman, when you can reflect and look back at it, do you think they were aware of how they were moving, or some of them were, or do you think that they weren't aware?
Great question. Great question. I think some of them were. Even my dad, I think he was to a degree, but I also think it's, you know, these exactly what we're talking about right now. Generational trauma, generational habits, the things that are passed on to individuals, and if you don't heal it, how it now projects into the spaces that you occupy. So I think to a degree some knew, because I think it's hard for me, in my personal opinion, as someone who can empathize with others, to some degree, you gotta know when you abusing somebody. You gotta know when you're abusing somebody. I just think you may not know how to shift the cycle, or, you know, you might recognize it, but then you're taken back to when you were abused, and so that your feelings kind of overtake the feelings that you're giving to other people. But I think to some degree, people are aware. Like, a lot of people live unconsciously. I believe that. But to be fully unconscious of what you are doing, the choices you're making, and the impact that you're having on other people, I can't give people that type of pass.
Yeah.
I ain't giving nobody that pass. But to a degree, I also think it was just, you know, just habits. You know, I had to learn from my aunt that my dad was raised by his mom, by my grandmother alone. And so the way that she raised him, you know, kind of molded him into who he looked for in a wife.
Makes sense.
And then my mom fit that description.
Makes sense.
So I could see the paper trail. And I think to that degree, it's subconscious. They might not be fully conscious of, okay, why I'm pursuing this thing, or why I'm pursuing this person or this energy. But I think to some degree, they were a bit conscious of that.
What were some things that everyone see but no one talked about?
I think it was that, honestly, that point right there. Because again, I learned this when I got a lot older. Because again, I was at the younger side of the spectrum. So there's certain stories that I just wasn't getting when I was younger. But as I get older and I'm sitting in the spaces and people and we're having like these family conversations about what's happened, it seemed like my other cousins, it doesn't look like news to them. And I'm over here like, when the hell did this happen? What all in detail? Oh my goodness, this happened and that happened and that happened. And it's, I think amongst my cousins we see it.
Yeah,
amongst my cousins we see it, and thank God we're at a space now where we're willing to open up those conversations. But I know for a fact my mom and her sisters and her siblings, they didn't really see it, because there are some things that I would be in conversations with my mom about, like adult conversation. I'm trying to break it down, like exactly again what we talking about, kind of just how generational trauma passed down and how that might have affected certain individuals when they were coming up. And she she was just, not for nothing, she was trying to make excuses for some people. And I'm like, nah, mom, you can't do that. That's not how this works. That's not how that works. So I feel like as the older generation, they may have like actively tried to ignore certain things. But then again, the younger generation, or me and my cousins, like we are at a space now where we're opening up those conversations. But there's a lot that I didn't know. There's a lot that I didn't know.
When you dust off those history books and you dive into the family part of it,
oh my goodness,
you find out some things. It's just it gets pretty ugly.
You find out a lot of things, man, and you gotta have grace for them. You gotta have grace. But that's something we're gonna talk about a little bit later. I want to touch on that a little bit later. But for you, my brother, what are some patterns that you recognize in your family?
So for me, my perspective changed a lot as I got older. If anybody, been following my journey, my stories and what I thought I knew was constantly always changing as I got older. Everything kind of hit me at 25. Everything hit me at 25. I already got to meet some of the Bio family and got to know them for a few years by now. And obviously in my adopted family, just seeing certain habits and traits and things and stuff like that. And one of the patterns I would say that I saw from both sides is that like it's like a cycle, and it's like a mindset as this is just as good as it gets.
Ooh, so like settling,
just average.
Okay,
just average.
Ooh,
that's the dreaming and hope wasn't a thing with my dad and my adopted parents. Like my first dream, my big dream when I was a kid was to go NBA, and my dad was laugh in my face. As a man, I'm just being honest, a man from his 40s, just all they know is what they know.
Yeah.
He was born 1940.
Jeez.
Right?
It's wicked.
There's a lot of people that just, they grew up in the area they at and they never left. They just stayed there their whole life. Went to high school, went to elementary school, they graduated there, have kids there, started a family there, and just stayed there. It's a lot of that, man. It's a lot of that. So me, Mr. Man with the big dreams, Mr. Lay Low and Boss Up.
Yeah.
I know I could be viewed as sometimes a little bit too much. Because just my perspective and my views on life is just a lot different from the average family member. And I know they watching. I know they watch. I'm not saying they watch full episodes, but I've gotten inkling from some of my siblings recently that they're watching, they're paying attention, and a lot of them are proud of me.
That's love. That's love to hear that.
Some of the things that I'm growing up seeing that I was considered normal in my family, but it's not normal to the average eye. Disrespect is normal. And it's crazy. And this is no disrespect to like the woman, but the woman in my bio and adopted side, they got mouths.
Jeez.
They got mouths.
But it was
ruthless.
Using and abusing.
Talk like that. Just talking like street men.
Jesus.
Mama Deuce on both sides. And God rest your soul, mama. So bio mom, but just talk reckless, right? Or when they're angry at you, to intentionally say something
to
hurt you instead of controlling their tongue.
Yeah.
That was normal.
Yeah.
Disrespect was normal. Another thing that was normal was just a lack of accountability. Always some type of excuse, always some type of reason. Instead of just generally just saying sorry. And that's one thing that I don't want to be as a parent. If I messed up or my kid caught me on something, or most importantly, I didn't keep my word as a man, I want to also be able to not like use manipulation or I'm older than you or like just do what I say. Like don't put that parent trap card, or that don't pull out that parent reverse card or that draw four card when your kid call you out on something.
Call you out, yeah.
Take ownership. Another thing I realized too is like tough conversations was one of those things that just be avoided. That was a sin. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I never did that. Definitely got those a lot. Oh, I never did that. Oh, I don't remember. Similar to how you said no excuses when you was just like, there has to be a little level of awareness when when you're like abusing somebody.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. There has to be a sense of level of awareness when you know you hurt somebody.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest things and one of the biggest slaps in the face, which is probably like, honestly, I realized one of my triggers and something that I had to work on where it's like, yo, if you know the last time we saw each other there was major disrespect or you violated me, the next conversation isn't us catching up and acting like that never happened. That was a norm in my family. Just we gonna brush it under the rug, or you need to let that go. That's manipulation. You still mad about that? Yes, you hurt me, and you know you hurt me. And then I'm done. Last two.
You good, bro? Because you speaking brought up another one for me though.
You know what I'm saying? People laugh all the time about like your OCDs and like, yo, you just like clean freak. But people don't understand messiness was a habit.
Yeah.
And I don't think people understand messiness shows a lot about your character.
Oh yeah.
It's not about that one. It's not about you're not allowed to have moments of messiness, right? If you just hosted people as the holidays or if you got kids, like that's normal. But when I lived with a bunch of hoarders. And then when I got to meet the bio side, they were messy and hoarders too, where it's just junk is everywhere. I'm seeing people flip out because you can't find your house keys. Little simple things like that. This is why I'm big on structure and order and keeping things neat, because I grew up with like 10, 12 people in the house.
Yeah.
Messiness was just a thing, right? Anger. Like I said, a lot of women on both sides, they just don't know how to control their mouth when they're angry. That's hash out. And that's not the men didn't do that. It was the woman on both sides.
Jeez. So how did the men respond when that happened?
Just get quiet.
Just avoid things. Try to keep the peace.
Get quiet, because I understand that if I flip out, I'm gonna do more damage than what you're doing to me. And then you could pull that card. A woman could pull that card when a man get angry.
That is true.
Just being honest, right?
Very careful.
And like I said, my adopted mom, she had a thing where it was like she would say and do and twist certain things to get you riled up. And then once you got riled up, you getting threatened to get, cops calling on you or being threatened to get sent to a group home. And it's like you know what you was doing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was just a norm. And part of those behaviors was more of like just like the whole accept me as I am. Accept me as I am. Oh, I've been this way since, like my mom used to say, I've been this way since 1964.
Damn. Yeah, and that's not.
My mother was this way. My grandmother was this way. Why are we saying like that's not cute? And here's the last thing, man. Last thing. biggest thing that I realized on both sides. This is just a lack of education. Education doesn't, education meaning that educating yourself to be a better person in life, right? Because on both sides, we'll make time for entertainment and BS and all the other nonsense. We'll consume the garbage. We'll consume the alcohol. We'll consume the drugs. We'll consume the sports. We'll consume the violence. But people don't know how to properly. People don't know how to invest. People don't know how to clear debt. People don't know how to things that we need to start learning as adults. When I mean education, I don't mean you got to go back to school, but education meaning like, can you go to a car dealership and not get ripped? A bad deal. Can you go to get an oil change and not pay $200? I'm just being honest.
Oil change is crazy.
My point, what I'm saying is like,
no, I know. I'm just.
You make time and learn the things that you really want to make time, learn the things for, but we can't do the stuff for the things that we need to know how to do when it comes to handling our money and our resources, or just even our children's education. How do you not know these things? Why do you not know these things? We got AI, we got Google, we got all these resources, we got YouTube. Learn. And the last thing I'm gonna end with this is a lack of pursuit of greatness and being consistent in that pursuit.
So that drive, that ambition.
I'm at the bio side, and the way my sister that I didn't grow up with, the way she talks about me to other people, it's like, yeah, he's Mr. Like, he like I'm some lame. Not that she's calling me lame, but she was just like, yeah, he's one of those. Like, you really gotta have your stuff together when you're around him. You talk to me kind of way crazy. He gonna cut you off. But yeah, my baby brother, he's really just this and that. Like if I'm like the way she be explaining me to her people is like I'm some lame ass. Like I don't got a little streak in me. Like I don't got an angry side. Like I can't flip the switch. It's not about I want to get cool points so that I can get rowdy. That's not the case. But there's also too is just like, nigga, what was that Jay-Z video? The goal is not to stay the same. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. Like I said, when it's time for me to be a dad, and whoever the wifey is, the standard's the standard, bro. Like we're not here to be average. And average is not about having rich and fame and be celebrities type thing, but just more important, like I just don't believe in settling. I don't believe in not seeing the abundance of what God has created us to be. And I just that comfort, that's a sin to me. I don't like that. I don't like comfort. I don't like this is who I am. I don't like none of that. I'm not saying there's not going to be points in season in our lives where we need to be comfortable or we need to be content in what we have, but just what I grew up around and what I've seen, there's been no standard. There's been no tradition. There's been no like, yo, that's lean on your uncle so-and-so, lean on whatever, because he set the standard of like, this is the drumming way or this is the robber's way. And it's just like, nah, like they just kind of accepting what life is giving them. And they don't ask good questions. They're not diving in to figure out why is this happening? Why does this keep happening? Why I can't do that? Like they just
accept it.
Just accept it.
And that's a terrible thing, to get to a place where you're not even trying. You're not even trying. You know, that's one thing I can't put that on my dad though. I could say whatever I can say about my dad, I can't put that on him. I may not agree with the way he went about it. It may not have been wise, but he definitely he pursued to a fault, but he pursued. So I'll give him that. But something that came to mind for me that while you were speaking, it kind of just brought the memory back, was just how children are treated in the household and in the community and in the culture. And this I know is fairly common, which kind of shows us, gives us a great map of how we need to start treating the children when they're growing up. But treating the children as if they don't have no, I hesitate to say as if they don't have no value, but they don't.
You're right. You're right on that.
Like they don't have no say. They don't have any autonomy. They don't have a choice. They don't, and them wanting to exercise a level of choice is seen as disrespect, or
That,
them asking for deeper understanding, or them asking for clarity on certain things is seen as disrespect.
yeah,
It's just like you're not allowed to question things. That
no,
I don't like.
that was
I
a trip
don't
for
like.
me.
I don't
I
like.
got I got a lot of spankings. My mother's nickname for me was Toe Stepper because she said I wouldn't take no as an answer.
Well, you was raising hell in that house, boy.
Because I'm telling you, it's manipulation, bro.
It is.
It
It
just
is.
is. And
It
when
is.
you doing that to your kids when they, especially when they're young, it kind of it can affect them as they get older, bro.
Of course. Of course, it for sure affects us as we're older. Because that's the environment that we grow up in, and that and the environments that we grow up in shape the way we view the world. That's why they say everything starts at home. It starts at home. I be talking to teachers, and they be like, "Yo, it starts at home."
Yeah.
If you work in schools, I'm sure you know that. If you work in schools, you spent any time in school, but then it's just real regular people. Like I'll go, and that's why something I appreciate a bit about being like a very empathetic person is I'm at a place in my life where I just be quiet and I just listen to people and I just watch people and see how they speak, how they move and certain things. And then when you're quiet enough, people will give you their whole backstory. And
Mm-hmm.
then I'm just putting the dots together like, oh, oh, okay, okay, I understand.
Right.
But
I used to love parent me teachers night.
oh yeah,
Yeah, because and I used to love that for these past 8, 9 years because that was the night where I got to see where these kids got it from.
where they getting it from? And they get
I
it
I,
from
I
y'all.
remember my last one that I did. The last one that I did was fall 2023. I had a student named, actually, let me not say his
No, yeah,
name.
no
We
name,
never,
no name.
yeah, don't say no name, right? But this student always will interrupt somebody when they're talking. Guess what the parent did when another parent was talking?
Interrupted.
Interrupted. And I was giving her that parent an earful about how their student likes to interrupt people. And when it happened, I said, okay, it all makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting, but it's so real. I seen a video on TikTok not too long ago. It was like an advertisement about like these two girls in middle school. They were sitting on a bench outside their school, and as kids are just walking in, they just talking hella shit about the kids that's walking by. Yeah, yeah. This, oh my gosh, look at this girl's hair. Oh my god, you thought to wear that out
Sound
the
like
house?
middle school.
Bro, middle school is a jungle. A jungle. But they were just going off on other people, on other kids. And then I think like some text came up like, if you're wondering where they get these habits from, and then it showed one of the girls at home with her mom watching TV, and her mom's just talking hella shit about the people on the TV. It's like, yo,
Perfect.
it's not a lie when they say children are mirrors. It is not a lie, y'all. So if you aren't ready to meet yourself, don't have no kids. Don't have
Mm.
no kids. If you don't feel like you're a dope it person to like, yo, I want to meet me. I want to hang out with me. If you don't feel that way about yourself, don't have no kids. Please do not have no kids. Because you going to look at your kids and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, you're doing all the stuff that I would do. And if the things that you would do are not uh are not pleasant things, you're gonna have a tough time. You're gonna have a tough time. Them kids gonna run you through the mud. And you can't even get mad because you're gonna look and it's just like, that's me. That's me. Mm. Be careful with them kids, y'all. Be careful with them kids. But in this same space, like for you, what did some of those patterns start to produce in your life? Like how did it start to affect you personally as you got older? Some of those patterns that you recognize. I know you touched on a few, but
Yeah.
like
I would say three things, and they all play together.
mhm.
Overthinking, I still struggle with that today. That is something I'm still working on currently. Lack of confidence. I feel like that's something that I've gotten a little better with, but I have my moments. And timidness. Being timid.
Oh, timid. Okay, yeah.
Like I said, Mama Dukes was a massive manipulator. Like I said, the woman in my life talk to you on any kind of way when they mad at you. And then, like I said, when it comes to the men in my life, we wasn't like we're close where it's like, yeah, I lean on my older brother or he's teaching me the way. And like I saw my dad, God rest his soul, I love that man. He was a pushover. No disrespect. Good dude, really good dude. But he was a pushover, not like pushover meaning that like mom slapping him up and he's like not that, but just one of those things where the minute her mouth get going or the minute she starts complaining, he would just always give in so she can just shut up. That's it.
It's a monster.
That's it. He will always eventually just give in so she can just stop.
Yeah.
Right? Or she had when we weren't listening to her and we tired, she just knew, let me just twist the battery in this man's back. Because when he turns up, when his mom turned up, we wasn't fearing that no more. But when dad turned up, it's like she knew what she needed to do to get her way with certain things, man. And then, like I said, then when I meet the bio side, luckily up to this point, I ain't never get cursed out by anyone to know. But I've seen how they can get with people that they become mad with. And they know. They got to meet me because again, they know the minute when that happens, it's snip. You don't get to see me again. You just don't. I'm just being honest. You just don't get to see me again. And they would joke. But they joke about it too. They be like, you can't curse at Dorian because you never gonna hear from him again. Don't curse at me. Don't say SMD. That's how they talk on the bio side. The girls. Being dead ass.
That's the oof.
They talk like man over there. I'm telling you, bro. They talk like man over there. So they know like anything. I'm at that stage. I don't even need to like forget blocking. You're dead. I don't need to block someone that's dead to me.
Jesus.
That's what it really is. You ain't getting no reaction. I don't need to unfriend you. I don't need to unfollow you. Ain't none of that. You ain't gonna get no response.
Yeah.
You're not gonna even get an open red message.
Damn.
Ain't gonna be none of that.
It's strict over there.
Very strict.
Strict over there.
But I realized with me, bro, like with the overthinking, I'm in my head a lot that I gotta work on. And part of that is lack of confidence. Part of that is not trusting myself with certain decisions or caring too much, right? I could be an over giver because I just, I had the abandonment issues growing up and just all those kind of things. And what I realized especially when I get in these little moods and these funks is I've wasted so much time, bro. It's cost me so much time. It's cost me so much life experiences, opportunities, and most importantly, connections, right? I connect with somebody, he gives me a number, then I'm already overthinking and down on myself because I'm like, all right, I'm not in the position I want to be at yet. How do I reach out to him from time to time without coming off annoying or like I'm just trying to get something out the man? I have to, like, especially with overthinking, I really have to continue working on that. And what's crazy was, I've been doing this Bible study with somebody I met for like over a month now, and this person called something out. Like, hey, I realized like you stay stuck on things. And this person delivered it to me in a very gentle, respectful way. And I was able to kind of like unpack that the following week of just like, I do gotta work on that. Just in general, like I gotta work on that. Whether it's even people that are not in my life no more, not even speaking about them no more, or in even ways if I'm even joking about it, because when a conversation starts to flow, I can get very attached on the thing, and then I've also realized by me doing that is also made people close to me feel comfortable to think that they can talk about certain things in my life in ways where it gets me in trouble by the end of the day, right? Wasted money. right? When I'm overthinking, I'm stressing out and even triggered. Now I'm spending money on extra foods that I shouldn't be eating, or on buying things just to please me and make me happy in a moment when I didn't really even need it. Just I had to learn the hard way, man. Like something that I just told myself that I feel like I just finally got over that hump this past summer was that like I can't be afraid to not speak up no more.
Mm-hmm.
Because that elephant and that demon in that battle is a lot more heavier for me to deal with than when it actually is just releasing it.
Mm-hmm.
And something that I like to say, and then I'll pass it on to you, is their response is not my responsibility. If I know my intentions is pure and I know I did the best of my ability to deliver it, their reaction is not my responsibility. And I used to really take it easy on so many people over my years because I know how my mouth can be. I get paid to speak for a living. I know how my mouth can be. I know what I could do. I know what I
They
could
don't
do
know
with
the
the
dark side
wordplay.
of the speakers.
Yeah, I'm just being honest, man. I talk about the women in my life and how they got mouths on them. I still got that blood in me, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even saying that to even be cocky in any kind of way. Like I know how I can be. Like I know who I was as a kid when I got mad. And I had to like learn I can't be reactive or like say things because you can't take them back. And I learned that the hard way as a kid growing up in my household. Like you can't take certain things back once they come out.
No.
And that's what I mean by like just I have to speak up. But as long as I'm not doing it from a bad heart posture, because that's what it says in the word. Like if your intentions is bad from the start, that's sin. So if I know my intentions is not bad and I did the best of my delivery, then your reaction and your response is not my responsibility.
It's not your responsibility.
It's just not.
There's a lot of teachable gems in there. That last point right there was one that I definitely don't want to go over people's heads. You know, if as long as your intentions are pure, as long as you know your heart is in the right space, the other person's reaction is not your responsibility.
Nah.
That's a heavy one. And I think another teachable moment is it's a little off topic, but excuse
Bless
me.
you.
Thank you. How you were talking about, you know, when the women for the ladies, this is for y'all. When the women, when your mouse, if the mouse starts to get a little reckless and the man just kind of shuts down or just easily appeases you, like that can be a sign of a man that's like possibly just emotionally detaching over time. That can for sure be a time. Like if a man just stopped talking,
Bro.
you know, if he's not trying to, like, if it's one thing, okay, maybe in public y'all don't say nothing, but in private you don't pull you to the side like, yo, okay, babe, yo, that's not cool. We gotta shut that down. Those types of conversations aren't happening. Be very afraid, ladies.
Or if it slows down.
Yeah, or if it slows down, because I'll tell y'all this: this brand of men, the fellas nowadays, they ain't taking that.
But
The
not.
fellas ain't taking that nowadays, man. I will say that.
I wish I had the video, but there was this podcast of these two Hispanics people. It was a man and a woman, and she was like, the man asked her, like, set her up crazy. He was like, yo, could you tell if a man's cheating on you? She went in depth. Of course, I know when a man's cheating on me. Then he followed up, then why does women can never tell when a man's unhappy? And she got quiet. She just got quiet.
Get quiet. I mean, there's so many ways that could go. But that's real. I've seen that before. I've seen a couple different like podcast hosts, you know, set that same thing up where it's like it's real though. It's real because it's like, what are you paying attention to? What are you choosing to pay attention to? But for me, as I think about some of the ways that the pattern started to just produce certain habits and things, it's first off with that community type of space where the individual wasn't really acknowledged or respected or appreciated or highlighted or uplifted. For me, one thing was that I had a need to constantly be in community.
Mm.
I had a need to constantly be in community. And while I've had a lot of amazing experiences within different communities, it wasn't until like college days that I started to try and like actually do things on my own.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't until that time. For much of the time prior to that, I felt like I needed to be in a level of community, and it kind of translated into the second piece that it evolved into for me, where it's like, because of my upbringing, I had a like an extreme hesitation to making decisions. Extreme hesitation to making decisions. So when you're in a,
Overthinking.
yeah, overthinking, and then when you're in a group, it's a lot easier to like, the responsibility of making decisions isn't as heavy because you could just hop on whatever the group's doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna just hop on that bandwagon. So it kind of it was like the perfect storm where I'm constantly in communities or groups just so that I don't have to make my own decisions.
Yeah.
Just so that I don't have to make my own decisions. And y'all can only imagine what type of outcomes that now leads to over time, because then I'm not making decisions that are in alignment with what I want.
Yeah.
I'm making decisions that are in alignment with what I'm around. And if what I'm around is not in alignment with what I want, then internal conflict.
That's
Internal
good.
conflict.
That's good.
And then, similar to how you said, like that challenge of speaking up for yourself, that goes into being in a group as well. Because
Yeah.
so now when you're by yourself and you're now met with conflict or challenge, you don't got nobody around you, so you don't feel that confidence to actually stand up for yourself.
That's good.
So I know for me, like that's how it really started to manifest. And I openly shared that. It's like, it felt like I was going through an identity crisis.
It is identity crisis for sure.
For most of those years, it's just an identity crisis. If you don't know what your vision, what your values are, and you're not willing to stand on something that aligns with you, then you're not connected to who you truly are. At that time, anyway. No, you're not.
Would you say, knowing that what you know now, and let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, on April 27th, 2026 at 7:54 p.m.
What is
Are you confronting these things, or are you just continuing it?
On April 27th at 7:54 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm grateful to say with confidence that I'm confronting it, man.
Nice.
I'm grateful to say with confidence that I'm confronting it. Even with the way that my daughter checks me on certain things.
Okay,
Like,
Kalani.
yeah, she's at that age now, bro. Dad, you said this and this not what you said. That's not fair. And I'm like, you know what, Kalani? Inside, you know what, Kalani? You're right.
When you get hit with the "that's not fair," they
You're
on
right.
they on to you.
They on to you. And that's when it's like the generational trauma part of it. If you're still rooted in that, you're gonna want to say, well, you're gonna give any of the excuses that many of us have heard over and
Well,
over.
I'm your dad. Just deal with it.
I'm just deal with it. It's don't worry about, don't worry about it. I'm the adult here. You just do what I say. And there's a whole laundry list of things we can say to them kids when they check us on some stuff.
And what's crazy is that we'll get mad when they don't hold themselves accountable.
But then we don't accept them to hold us accountable. It's actually it's great. This is a great time, and I came across this clip. Hold on, I want to drop this clip. I want to pull this up for us real quick.
Go right ahead.
Hold on.
You told me the other day that you feel like kids should disrespect their parents.
I think parents should expect. I'm Jason. Let me put that in context. How many of you guys in this room would like to raise your children to be strong-minded, independent thinking, ambitious kids or adults, right? Mm-hmm. Well, if you are going to instill that, part of that is confidence, part of that is voice, part of that is knowing I have value. And when you're teaching your child that, and I'm talking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the first place they practice voice is on you guys.
Correct.
That's the first place. So you might say to them something, and I'm going to tell you something. My mother, I had 2 brothers. My mother would say, Ellie, go do the dishes. And I would be like, why didn't you ask one of them? And that would get me popped. You know, that would get you looked at.
That's usually pop, and I told you so.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But if you're teaching your child to be confident, to be strong, to value their voice, they should ask those kinds of questions, and it allows you to parent them. But we shouldn't translate that as disrespect. They're just practicing.
That's not disrespect.
They're practicing their voice.
But that was in our era.
Right.
In the 1900s,
that was disrespect to
I
me.
would never think to talk back. I would never even think to talk to my parents the way my kids talk to me. But it's like, it's not, it's, as Ellie said, it's not disrespect. It's just them being like asking valid questions.
But that's also the way white people raise their kids, doing that.
Yeah.
Because like my grandmother, you could never, she'd tell you whatever to do. Paint the house. Just go paint it. You may not know how to paint, but you don't paint the house.
We confuse respect for silence. And I think that's a problem. I think we have to allow our children.
Expound on that?
If I say go paint the house and the child says, yes, ma'am, and goes paint, we think, oh, that's such a respectful child. But that same child, if some strong-willed 17-year-old kid in high school says, let's go skip school, they're going to say, yes, sir. Like, we have to teach them to question, why am I painting the house? I should understand the context of the life that I live in. Why am I painting the house? For these reasons. Okay, now it makes sense to me, and I understand, and I can do things that I understand and push back on things I don't.
That's why.
That was a good one.
That hit home for me.
I remember that watching that. I was like, "Ooh, he's on to something here. He's on to something here," and it makes a lot of sense again because if you don't provide children the opportunity to actually speak up without it being used against them, then they're not going to speak up. And then down the line, like homie said, when they get into the wrong groups, because someone else is just going to fill that space. Someone else is just going to be that authority figure for them because they've never been trained to stand in that authority figure for themselves. And then when they get into some bullshit, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, your friends, you did this. And it's like, well, you didn't raise a leader. You didn't raise a leader.
They hit you with the, how do you didn't know better?
Yeah, it's like, oh, shit, I didn't know better, period.
I felt that for sure because, like I said, my mom was big on when I talk, you gonna listen, and when I'm done talking, this conversation is over. So you know because again, that was me crying. What about? But I need to say something. Zip it. I'm not done talking about. Zip it. Yelling, threatening to hit me, and then I'm getting emotional. I'm getting angry, and I'm like tears up the flow because it's like, let me get my word out.
Yeah.
Right. And then what does that do to a young black boy? I'm breaking stuff in the room now because that's the only way.
It's the only way
for me at that moment in time
to get some level of expression. Some level of expression. I had a crazy temper back in the days, and it's as an adult I realized that that's what it was. I just didn't have no space for expression, so I just used to just break shit, throw shit, get angry, curse, slam the door, stuff like that.
Bro, I still got the temperament. I just got a real good leash on it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even saying that to sound scary. I know I got that anger in me.
Yeah.
But there's only one one group of people that have ever saw that side out of me, and that's the family. None of y'all. I don't think none of y'all have ever seen.
I know I haven't. And it's the same thing. I have that in me as well. Like I don't get there often. I don't stay in that space too often either. But it's like I would have to really feel slighted or disrespected, and I guess in my adult life now, like at this point, I'm on drumming time. I'm just gonna cut your ass off. I'm just gonna cut you off. If you're really going that hard, there's no need for a conversation. There's no need for it. I didn't see what I needed to see. I'm gonna move on because I got too much shit to really be worried about, and too much
to
like
lose.
too much to lose, too much that's at stake. I'm building shit, so I'm not gonna get caught up in getting into the rah-rah just to try to prove a point or to express myself. Like, I'll express myself to the people who are creating space for me to express myself. If you're not creating that space, you're not finna get it.
That's it.
I'm totally fine with that.
That's it.
I'm totally
we ain't got no time to waste, bro.
Yeah, nah. But that's why I say I'm grateful to say that I'm confronting it, because I would notice it again, even with like in some of the conversations that I would have with my mom, as an adult, being willing to just call her out, calling my mom out on certain patterns that I would notice that's just not healthy. And she would do this thing where she would try to save face and be like, oh, well, you know, maybe that happened at that house, but that didn't happen over here at home. And I'm like, mom, you can't say that because, and I'd have to break it down for her. This is how you raised me and my siblings. And these are some of the outcomes that came from that. So being willing to even just confront my mom directly on some of these things and some of these conversations, and unpack some of the things that they would do, like her and my pops would do to us growing up, and how it affected us growing up. So I'm grateful to be in that space.
There's another thing he said too, because I know I felt that a lot as a kid, was when you do ask that question, and we're not talking about something that over the top, just that was extremely disrespectful, right? I'm talking like the why question.
Yeah.
Because I know
that why.
Bro, the way that some of the elders in my house, they would just shut down and get real angry, and it was like, I know you didn't just say that. I know you didn't just ask me that.
How dare you?
Right? And now you're questioning yourself as a kid. I was like, yo, what did I do wrong? Just you know, and the mom snapped, just sip it. You know what I'm saying? Like, dad ready to break stuff, and it's just like, nah, bro, that's right, man. Like, because you teach your young kid at an early age that, like, you can't even say or ask certain things because the fear of is this going to get violent, the fear that you might trigger somebody, which is, again, their reaction is not my responsibility if it's coming from a genuine place. But if you got somebody that is big on abusing power and big on lacking accountability, they can make you feel like you are 100% wrong.
Yeah. No, for sure. And you expressing that, I don't want to unpack this one too much. I feel like that's a conversation for another day. But me being raised in a religious community, that type of environment is present in religious communities as well. I'll say that.
Oh, for sure.
Because I've had conversations with people. I know my own experience where it's like, if you ask certain questions, spiritual based questions, you get looked at as if, oh, nah, this was wrong. The devil done got him.
Yeah.
The devil done got this one. What you mean? Oh no, you better not ask them questions or else you gonna burn. You can't ask that. And that context.
Bro,
but I said I ain't gonna unpack that one too much because we want to be respectful of your time.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. I've always said this when I first started going to church, and I said, truth is sin in the church.
Wait, hold up. Damn, it took me a minute. It took a minute for that. It took a minute for that one to hit. Yo, Drummond, you better relax, man.
The truth is a sin in the church.
The truth is a sin in the church.
Many church homes, and if you're in a church where it's open and honest, and you got like that, that's beautiful. You are in an amazing church. But for a lot of churches,
what would you say though, bro? You confronting or you continuing?
I would definitely say confronting it for sure.
Okay.
You know, that's just been I feel like it's my life mission, is continue learning how to confront and just unpack. I think, not want to say I think, but I was having a revelation this past week where I was just like, you know what? I'm in a good place where I have good insurance in my life. I really do need to start looking into going to therapy again, because when I was doing therapy was during the pandemic, but I was paying like $380 a session, and I'm like,
Lee.
yeah. But I didn't want to give myself any excuses of like, if you could play for video games and BS on this kind of things, why would you not pay for your health? But it was just too much, and I also just didn't think she was a good match.
Yeah.
But I've done a lot of
Price
work.
wasn't a good match neither.
I've done a lot of work by myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I really do feel like there's some more things I need to get unpack, and I need to seek a professional for it. Because I want to get married, I want to have kids, and you know, I just feel like you can only do so much healing on your own.
Yeah, you do need people. You need community.
But I've taken full responsibility of where I'm at in life, and I don't blame my childhood. Honestly, I don't think I've ever blamed my childhood. I feel like, no disrespect, I feel like it's y'all that be reminding me, like, bro, you done been through some things, man. Give you some more credit. And I'm just like, nah, don't care, right? Like, gotta figure this thing out. Look at me not taking responsibility, playing my friends, man. But but like I said, you've been around me enough. I don't think I've ever pulled the victim card, or like, if it wasn't adopted, or I haven't done none of that, man. And you know me, man. I will get uncomfortable. I know, like I said, y'all used to laugh at me in the group chat when I was like, yo, I'm deactivating everything. No fantasy football this year. Like, I will do whatever I need to do.
The annual drumming reset. Every year around the same time, we'll be expecting that text. I'm not gonna be on the game, fellas. I'm not gonna be on the game.
Listen, man, if I feel like I'm messing up, if I feel like I'm falling short, things gotta go on pause and gotta go on hold, man. And I would do whatever I need to get uncomfortable. And like I said, I want to be an amazing dad. Mm-hmm. That's not something that is like, oh, I want to talk about it. I want to be it. So if I am falling short in that department, or my wife and my kids are like, yo, you making all this money, but we need best believe there will be some things that's gonna be put on pause. If I gotta miss out on speaking opportunities, and obviously I gotta talk that over with the wife, right? Because it's like,
that's income.
I know that, right? But don't say you need me to do more of this, then I'll do less of this. So what are we willing to sacrifice on? Are you willing to work a little bit extra shifts? Like those kind of things, because I want to be a present dad. That is the ultimate goal of mine.
Yes.
And I would have to, navigate that and learn that along the way. But you know me, bro. If I'm wilding or I'm falling short on something, Mr. Drummond taking pause on some things.
Unapologetically, I've witnessed it.
Don't care who offends.
Many a times. This man done dropped out of a Madden season. Halfway through the season, I gotta get some things together, y'all. Excuse me, we got a game next week. What you mean, bro? It's all right. But again, it's understandable, and that's just part of it. That's part of what it is, man. Confronting. That's part of the confronting.
It's good.
So in your framework, in your perspective, like, you're confronting the pattern.
Yeah.
What does that actively look like? Like, what does it actually look like to be the one who's breaking that pattern?
Offending people that you don't intend to offend. Yeah. It's cutting off things that you love.
You got to be the bad guy.
You're going to be the bad guy. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure, bro. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I pay attention to little slick remarks from certain siblings in the past, or certain family members. You know what I mean? I even with coworkers, man. Like, just when you got a calling on you and you got a positive light, a bright light, and when there's people that their light is a little dimmer, or they don't have a light, or when you just, because people, I've got that, like, you always so positive, or like, bro, like, you always, some people don't like that.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that. They don't, because you gotta remember, like,
it confuses them.
It triggers them.
That too.
They're not confused. It triggers them because they understand that you are a reminder of the what if. And the reason why I say that is because they understand that They're seeing you live a life, and they understood that you started or came from the same beginning that as them.
And
that's a trigger.
Yeah.
That's a trigger.
I can see that.
Because there's a reason why they always say it be your family or the people you grew up with or the town that you come from that don't really support you. Because they understand that you came from the same beginning and you found out a way. So now you're too good. You think you better than everybody. You too good. You too big and bad and those kind of things. And I didn't get to that point yet, but it's coming.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. Listen, I'm waiting for them Judas that's gonna come out of nowhere, trying to get TMZ stories and shit.
You know they gonna pull up.
You get what I'm saying?
They gonna slide.
It's bound to happen, bro. It's bound to happen. And that's the saying. Like I said, I know people watch the channel. I know all my social medias is public. Like I see it, bro. I see some of the slick remarks. I see some of the things when I have certain conversations and all that kind of stuff, man. Or like, yeah, you over exaggerating with that story, or like you lied about that one. Like I've seen it all. I heard it all. I've seen it all throughout these past few years when I really started getting better and more with the content creating. I ain't even really made it yet. I ain't really hit big time, but you're gonna offend people. You're gonna be misunderstood. Some ways you're gonna be outcasted, spoken down upon when you're not around. That's just what comes with the territory when you're trying to be the one that breaks the generational curse, man. We talked about it from a few episodes about the difference between the tree and the bush. You're just in a different space that they just never gonna understand until they get up there, right? And some of them are gonna want handouts and expect you to give, right? It's like really just embracing the villain role and not caring, man. And what I wrote was, what it looks like to be the one who breaks it is you're thinking about tomorrow and you're willing to sacrifice time, memories, trips with your loved ones. Right? And what do we do as men? All right, boys, I gotta get off the sticks, man. One game, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, wifey got you tied up just like that, bro. Like, oh, this guy's a sucker, man. He's wicked, bro. Nah, bro. I just gotta go, right?
Throw some emojis in the chat.
You know what I'm saying, bro? I go through it right now with the D&D. And I'm not like, I know my friends. I'll be honest. I know my friends is just joking, but I also know there's some people that really feel offended by it. Like, oh, bro, why every time I call you, it goes straight to voicemail? Or like, yo, bro, take me off that thing. You should never have me on that thing. No, I should, because I need time for me to get this thing right. Because you're not gonna do it for me. Yeah, you're just not.
And we're not expecting you to, so it's like
you're not, because you're not expecting me to. But people got no problem taking.
That's true.
They don't have no problem taking. But like I said, when I was in those seasons when I didn't have much, where were y'all? Y'all weren't around. I'm finally in a place in my life where I'm happy. I'm finally in a place in my life where I'm speaking up for myself. And it's crazy when you the one that's always quiet, or always giving in. And when you start now speaking up for yourself and they got to really see or hear your mouth or hear your truth and all of that, now is you change, or like, yo, he's been moving, thinking, or he's feeling himself a little bit too much. And it's like, nah, I've always been that way, but you did not appreciate that. You didn't appreciate when I was quiet and I was being nice. So, bro, like I said, man, if I got to be the villain on that, that's cool. Because once I have that family, that immediate family, that is my focus. And that's no disrespect to nobody. That's going to be my main focus. That's what's gonna come first, in general, over friends, over all that, other family members. Like, that's what's gonna come first.
Yeah, so that's the immediate.
That's the immediate, bro.
It's the immediate responsibility.
And here's the thing, like I said, and there's something that I'll kick it to you. The people that are meant to be there, they're gonna be there. You don't have to explain this to them. If you catch yourself over-explaining something to somebody, because you're in seasons or in a season, or you're on a pursuit, or you're focusing on a certain project, and some people just don't get it and they're giving you hell about it, that means their exit is coming soon.
That's good. It's a good one.
I ain't never seen somebody that's gave me hell about putting time on me that's still around. Because they're not.
Simple.
I mean, honest. I can't think of it right now.
You can't make the
Everybody's in my life right now. They don't give me hell. And making jokes is one thing, but giving me hell when they try to make you feel bad because you're trying to better your life or you're focusing on something. If those people are doing that, if there's somebody doing that, that means their exit is coming.
Damn. Take a number, y'all. You might get booted next. Nah, I feel you.
What does it look like for you, brother? What does it look like being the one who breaks it?
Wait. Before I answer, can I drop the second clip, the second video I had? Because I think it feeds in, and it's a really good video. I found a lot of insight in it. Hold on, let me drop that for y'all.
Go ahead, brother.
To heal generational trauma, you have to get really good at grieving. And what I mean by that is you have to get really good at grieving the things you did not get when you were young. I didn't get a sense of safety. I didn't get communication. I didn't get the ability to be vulnerable in my home growing up. And if you can grieve that, then you can accept it's never going to happen in the past. And the second you can accept it's never going to happen in the past is the second you allow yourself to find it in the present. But if you can't grieve that, if you're fighting that reality and maybe a part of you is not even consciously aware you didn't get it, you're going to unconsciously seek it with people now. Our minds have convinced us that familiarity is the thing to seek. Familiarity has become conflated with security. And the reality is our minds have done that because we gravitate towards what's predictable, even if what's predictable is more unpleasant. So we're going to gravitate towards an unpleasant partner if we know the ways in which they're going to be unpleasant. That's why generational trauma is called generational trauma, because we perpetuate the things we aren't fully conscious of because our minds are addicted to remaining in a state of predictability.
Bars.
Real bars. That's real bars.
Bars.
I need to get that Funk Flex video.
Bars, bro. I ain't hear one lie.
That's real. And that feeds directly into what it looks like in my perspective. And I'll be short-winded with this because, again, we want to respect y'all time. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us on the Talk That Shit podcast. Like, subscribe while y'all here. Drop some wisdom in the comments. Please, please, please. We thank you in advance. For me, it looks lonely. It looks lonely. Because similar to what homie just said, if you're willing to grieve these things, what you didn't get from a past, part of grieving is the release of that thing. And when you get to the point where you can release whatever has been, whatever has been holding you in the cycle, it separates you from the people that are still holding on to it. And you're going to realize there's not a lot of people that actively want to let go of it for the exact reason that homie said. It's familiar. There's a lot of individuals who are stuck in a cycle simply because it's familiar. It doesn't mean it's pleasant. It could be extremely unpleasant, but it's familiar. And as soon as you get to the place where it's like, I no longer want the familiar, then it's going to start to create some distance and space between you and the people around you who are still holding on to that. And then it gets lonely. And you start questioning, like, not for nothing. You might start thinking, shoot, am I the problem? Should I just stay in the cycle just to have access to the people? But then it goes to what you mentioned not too long ago. Those who are meant to be there for you, they will be there for you. However, God has to make space God got to get some people out of your sphere to make room for the people that actually going to fit and align. And there's a period of time where it authentically gets lonely. And so you've got to be willing to navigate that solitude. So you better make your mind an exciting place to live, to spend some time, because it's going to be you and you for some time before the environment, before the community starts to come. I remember going through my journey and just authentically feeling lonely. My phone's not blowing up because I'm not outside the same way I was. I'm outside in the woods. I'm going on hikes. There's some people going on, they hitting the function.
My trying to function.
So they getting ready for the function. I'm in the crib, or I'm by the lake or something, and I'm just chilling. So it gets lonely. It can get lonely. It can get for sure lonely when you are the one who is actively breaking that, who is actively breaking away from that. So just prepare yourself. And I think the best way to prepare yourself is to create a space where spending time with yourself is enjoyable. It's enjoyable. I love taking myself out on a date. Woo-wee. I love taking myself. I be looking at that menu like, ooh, what? I can be an expensive date sometimes.
Thanks.
I could get a little bougie sometimes.
Right.
So I'm looking at that menu, and it's just
get
like
that 2 for $20.
Hey, shoot. And I don't feel bad because it's just I'm so grateful to have gotten to a place where I appreciate and I enjoy my solitude. I enjoy my solitude. Coming from someone who needed to be in community to being in a space where now I can actively embrace my solitude. And what that allows me to do, it allows me to filter out the people who don't need to be in my life. Because if you're now disturbing what an experience that is so much better, like I could be by myself. I don't need to be with you. I don't need to be in this group. If it's harming me, I could just be by myself, best believe, and I won't have no issue being by myself.
That's good.
So to me, it's like, what does it look like? It looks lonely. It looks lonely. And I've had conversations with many people who are actively doing the work, and it's a consistent theme. It gets lonely. But the beautiful thing is, sooner or later, you start meeting those people. You start finding those people. You just gotta be willing to stick with it. You just gotta stick with it, man. Just because you've been in a situation, you've been in an environment, you've been in a group, you've known certain people for X amount of time. If they not for you, if they not aligned with where you're trying to go, it don't gotta be no beef. It don't have to be no hard feelings. There doesn't even need to be a conversation half the time. You don't have to call them up and say, yo, come, I want to have a sit down talk because I feel like we're drifting apart and it's like you're out of alignment. Well, you don't got to say shit to nobody. Just stay in task with what you are trying to do. And
or unfollows, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Some people.
That's all you got to do. Like, not even a block. Just an unfollow. It's just like, I don't need to be.
But I'm down. Don't unfollows be triggering people.
Then let them be triggered. Let them be triggered, man. We ain't got no time for that.
I have no problem people unfollowing me. Just make me unfollow you. I'm nobody's fan.
Nah, I'm the type. I'm gonna unfollow and I'm gonna remove you as a follower.
Same.
My page is public anyway. But it's like, no. Nah.
You unfollow me, make me unfollow you too, please.
That's just how I move personally. But
that's good.
Yeah.
What time is it, brother?
It's gem time, man. It's gem.
Come on now.
It's gem time, and we just want to again appreciate y'all for real.
Honestly, listen, it's beautiful because these things have been getting longer, and people been rocking out with us though.
Yeah, right.
They watching. I've gotten a few. I got a few texts. Bro, I did a Bible study last night, and this person said, "I'm gonna hit you with the one gem." I'm like,
Like, wait a minute.
You know what I mean?
That's fire.
Tell me.
Fire.
With our 36 subscribers, you heard?
That's it. That's it.
We getting there, man. We getting there.
Hey, I'm grateful. Can I go real quick? I want to make mine quick and
Go
easy.
ahead, man. What I'm gonna say is a classic.
Oh,
I always say it.
okay. Oh, I think. Well, I'll wait. I think I know, but I'll wait. Mine is real simple. The chosen ones are the ones who choose. The chosen ones are the ones who choose. We all have the opportunity and the ability to actually carry out the work, but not everybody chooses the work. In the Bible, it says the work is many, but the workers are few. Many are called, but few are chosen. Because not many actively choose to step into the role. So if you want to be if you feel you are a chosen one, the way you know that you are a chosen one is because you are choosing to step into that role.
That's about a spam.
You're choosing to step into that role. It's like in the Matrix when Neo went to go see the Oracle. Oracle asked him, "Are you the one?" He's like, "I don't know." She's like, "Well, then I guess I got the wrong person." I guess I got the wrong person. Being a chosen one it's something you choose. You choose to be the chosen one. And that's what separates you.
Boy, always got a movie reference. I ain't mad at it. That's good. That was good.
Hey, it's calm.
Ooh. No, it's not calm, bro.
What you mean?
I be trying to be Mr. Humble over here. Red pill, blue pill.
Not for now. I gotta run that movie back, man. That joint a classic.
Okay, I can rock with that. That's fine. For me, okay, my one gem.
I can't.
But no, my one gem for the end of the show off tonight, man, is a lot of us are cheaters.
Oh shit! This took a different approach than I thought.
Every one of us has cheated before.
Okay, there we go. I see the layout. I see the alley. I see the self alley.
But no, seriously, a lot of us have cheated before. A lot of us. All of us, a lot of us still do it to this day. And what I mean by stop being a cheater, stop cheating in the relationship you have with yourself. And I need you to understand that. We all have relationships with ourselves. How we speak about ourselves, the way we think about ourselves, the way we take care of our bodies. That is a key. How you take care of your body is a sign of what you think about yourself. It just is. And I need people to understand this, though. Every time you lay in bed with your past, I'm going to say that again. Every time you lay in bed with your past, you destroy pieces of the future you're supposed to have. What do I mean by that? Whether you're revisiting the past, talking about the past, staying stuck on the past, being in environments of your past, you're destroying pieces of the future you're meant to have. So my one gem for you is stop cheating on your future with your past.
Jesus.
Stop cheating on your future with your past. If you know me, you know my motto. I'm not going to say the lay low and boss up. But you know, if you've watched any of my videos, I'm really big about stop cheating on the future with your past. We all do it. We all do it. That timidness, that indecisiveness, that overthinking is because it's something from a past experience or something that you've been through or something that you haven't really unpacked or healed from that is now affecting a present decision, a present choice. We always do it. So understand the next time when you're timid about something, the next time you pause about something, or the next time the first thing you think of is a negative outcome, where's that coming from? It's nothing that's happening right now or future. It's something from your past.
That's a great reflection question. Where is this coming from? That's a great reflection question. Ooh.
I've been feeling calling in the air.
Y'all got Drummond excited with these gems.
Come on now.
Valuable stuff, y'all. This is why we ask y'all to like, to share, to subscribe, because hey, if you find something valuable, you gotta preserve it, and then you gotta share it with the good people.
Come on now.
You gotta share it with the people.
Come on now.
What makes this space the most valuable space on the internet is the fact that y'all are here with us for real.
Facts.
So thank you so much for being here with us on the Talk That Shit podcast, for listening, for showing up, for sharing y'all voice, because y'all presence truly, truly shapes the space and it allows us to have these conversations that are going to continue to move people forward. If you found any value, if you felt like this episode supported you in any way, please just drop a comment and then go ahead, subscribe, hit the little bell icon so that you can get the notifications when we're going live. But you should know the schedule by now. Every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be here, YouTube, live. So make sure it's live, y'all. So come with the questions, come with the heat, come with the challenges, come with the perspectives. We're here to have conversations that are going to move people forward. So we appreciate y'all so much. We love y'all. We pray y'all have an amazing rest of the week.
Amen.
Whew, it's a good Monday. Starting the week like this, I'm excited for the rest of the week now.
And get them likes up.
Drummond said 200 likes minimum. That's what I heard. 200. I'm just the messenger.
One day, man. One day.
Nah, we love y'all for real. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.